Roll Tide, everybody. Welcome to the Bama Tailgate Show. We're going to talk about the running back room. We're going to talk about Kane Womack, who talked to the media yesterday. We're getting into all that and more right here on the Bama Tailgate Show, brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. The Azaleas, the Oaks, two amazing golf courses at Pearl River. And we got a lot to get into today. So thank you for being here, and roll tide, everybody. All right, there he is, Shank, Alphonse Taylor. I'm Mick Gillespie. Great to see you, Shank, and all you guys hanging out. We got, man, it's been a while. I feel like our schedules haven't quite worked out where we could get to talk some football, but I can't wait to hear your opinions on some of the stuff going on. How you been?
Been good, man. I've been good. Just coaching up some football, keeping it going. It's that time of year, man. It's that time of year. All the guys out there that's coaching, they'll feel me here. You start to get that knot built up in your stomach, that little anxiety is starting to build up, and you're excited, man. You're ready to see what you've built during the off season. You're ready to get on the field, man. And that translates to any sport, and especially college football. I know those guys are ready for next weekend. I'm excited for tomorrow. We go out and we play against Murphy at Lad, and I'm hoping we go out and get the dub, man. But it's football season, Mick.
Yeah, it
God,
is.
man, it's football season. It's felt like forever, but we're back, baby.
I know it's crazy. It is football season. I mean, we're a week away from Alabama playing. We're a week away from, or we're really a week and a day away, 2 days away from Alabama playing. We're a week
Yeah,
and a
yeah,
day away from us being at Bowden's. We're going to Bowden's to do the tailgate show. The Coker
nice.
Bowl, man. We got to go all the way down
The
to
Coker Bowl.
Tallahassee and to I'm sure it was Bobby Bowden's, but all those Bowdens that coach football. There's a Bowden's restaurant there. We're going to be there 1 to 3 on Friday. So there's your
Nice.
official announcement on that for the Coker Bowl. He's excited. He likes both teams, but obviously wants Alabama to win. Now, Bama's going to be doing this without Jamarian Miller. Jam injured his collarbone in that last scrimmage. I know all you guys have already heard about that. Alabama's got to try to figure out who's going to be the next person to get up and run the football. You know, is it going to be Draylon Washington, the transfer from Louisiana? I mean, is it going to be Daniel Hill or Richard Young or AKD or Kevin Riley? I mean, you still have a very talented backfield. You guys had to deal with injuries in 2015 in that running back room. I can remember guys going down, and it was like, well, it's going to be more carries for Derrick Henry, which he
Right.
really liked that.
Right. But man, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like Alabama's always been a running back by committee type of program, right? Even when we had Heisman winners like Derrick Henry, the guys that were coming in after him were just as good. You had your Kendrick Drakes, your Josh Jacobs, your Damian Harris's, and so I think the talent in the running back room has never lacked at Bama. But most importantly, man, we still got those guys up front to get behind. And I feel like we have a chance to be so good up front that it doesn't matter who we put in the backfield, man. As long as Ty Simpson comes out and does his part, and not even Ty, just the offense as a whole, right? Everybody has their roles, everybody has their responsibilities, and everybody has a job to do. And so it doesn't matter at the end of the day who's in the backfield. As long as the 11 guys that's on the field show up, do their part, we have a great chance to win a ball game here. And so does it hurt that Jam Miller went down? Absolutely, man, because I pegged him for like the breakout season this year.
Yeah.
I absolutely thought this was going to be the year that he got the carries he deserved, and I thought he was going to be able to shine with this opportunity, getting the OC that we finally wanted in. And I feel like he was going to be part of the anchor of that offense. So it's definitely a loss. But at the end of the day, Bama's always been a next man up mentality, right?
Mhm.
And every kid that's at Bama is at Bama for their own reasons because they're good enough to be there. And so I don't expect to see a drop off at all.
Well, you know this, and I've said this a lot. I mean, running backs are made by the offensive line. You know, you you block for a guy, and then these guys do their work. I mean, it's hard to be a good running back without a good offensive line, but it's easy to be a good running back with a great offensive line. And Alabama's got a lot of their talent up front. Parker Brailsford at center, one of the best in the country. And you got Roberts. If he's healthy, he's going to be really good. And obviously their best player is the left tackle, right? So I mean, they got guys, and then you keep hearing about all these other dudes that are kind of rotating in and fighting for time, for playing time. So I feel like if the offensive line does their thing, then it's going to make it easier on these running backs. But I think the guy I worry about the most is Ty Simpson.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because you know how it is, man. Offensively, you get into a rhythm playing with certain guys. You build chemistry having certain guys on the field at certain times, and so I think for Ty, he's overcame so much at this point, and he's waited to have his opportunity that it doesn't matter who you put out there with him, Nick. Hell, we could put somebody's grandma in the backfield with him. I think he's still gonna make the best of the opportunity because he's been waiting on this moment, man. And so I don't think he's gonna let anything slow him down now, especially since he's been named the starter officially. He should be confident in his own right, and he should be ready to go play some ball.
So if you're in this situation, right, your first time, you got a first time quarterback,
Right,
and and Ty Simpson, and your best weapon goes down. Well, one of your best weapons, your best running back goes down.
right.
How do you think that affects his confidence? I mean, are you worried at all? Like, hey, man, like this is a bother.
Nah, man. If we were talking about a few offensive linemen going down, then we'd have a different conversation, right? But Mick, it's always been proven, man, that even when our backups get an opportunity, they get in and shine. Josh Jacobs was never a starter, and he's one of the best running backs in the NFL now. And so it's all about what you do with the opportunity that's afforded to you, man. And so for Josh, I mean for Ty, I'm sure there'll be a little curve there, a little chemistry to rebuild and pick up because it's a downer when one of your main guys goes down. It affects you mentally. But at the end of the day, like I said, Mick, it's the next guy up. And a guy like Ty, I don't think he has the luxury to let something like this affect him. He doesn't have that time. He doesn't have that grace period, right? I feel for ties right now it's do or die. It's do or never, and so I think he's still gonna go out there and make the best of it, man. We've been there. We've been there. Guys have been shuffled in and out of lineups. But like I said, man, those guys are at Bama for a reason. It's not like we're just picking up a running back off the street and putting them in there, right? Um, these are guys that earned their way into that room. And so I think with that being said, Todd's gonna be just fine. That running backs room is gonna be just fine because I feel like the offensive line is definitely gonna anchor the offense this year. We got three guys in the top 100 and best college football players. Or we got Brailford, we got Proctor, we got Robinson, and so with guys that perform at that level up front, it really makes it easy on whoever else you put in the game, whether it be quarterback or running back. The show must go on.
Yeah, and well, that's always how it's been at Alabama. I mean, like somebody goes down and somebody else steps up. Now, this is, obviously not a Nick Saban era team, but Nick Saban feels like Kalen DeBoer is going to have a good season. And I'm hearing that, and I wanted to know if you've heard anything from practice. I hear that these guys are getting after it, and a lot of people feel like they're going to be really good. I love hearing that because when you start hearing players say that the team's going to be really good, normally they're really good.
Right. All right. Hey, this reminds me of that 2015 offseason, man. Just we lost to Auburn in that kick six 2014, and we went into the offseason just feeling disappointed, dejected, and we felt like we had a point to prove, man. And so I feel like with them, it's sort of along those same lines. Like I said before, they understand that they fell short of the standard last year. Didn't win 10 games, which that's never been the standard. But when's the last time we haven't won 10 games,
Right.
Um, and I feel like there's still a lot to prove for guys on that team. And Coach DeBoer, there's still a lot on the line. There's a lot to prove. And so to hear that they're locked in right now is perfect timing, man. I'm glad they're getting after it because I want to see a physical brand of football from us.
Right.
Like we know we can take the top off. We know we have a great receiver room. Ty's arm is good enough to get the job done. But at the end of the day, we need to control games. We need to be physical with people and beat them down. So in the fourth quarter, we look like the team that I know we can be.
Yeah. Yeah. Talking about that, Kane Womack talked about Alabama after their what now 17th practice, right?
Right.
And he's talking about like guys on the defensive side of the ball, hearing great things about Dijon Lee, 5-star freshman, and Xavier Brown. You remember him at the Huskies, playing last year at Alabama, but now he's kind of getting reps at the Husky position.
Right.
He's a guy that had the interception to seal the Georgia game, right? But he'll have another year of experience. Cam Calhoun, the transfer from Utah. But this Bama secondary is just loaded, man. I mean, every year you kind of go in at this point and you're like, hey, this is what I think is going to be the best position group. Whether they are or not, you got to go out there and prove it on the field. But talent wise, I just feel so good about what Alabama has on that side of the ball in the secondary.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And hopefully we see those guys make some plays this year. I feel like that's what's been lacking in the secondary for us, man. Just those big time playmakers. Because you think back to some of those defenses we had, whether it be Eddie Jackson, Minka Fitzpatrick, you can even go back to Ha Ha Clinton-Dick, Vinny,
Yeah.
Sensory. Those guys were just playmakers, man. They force a turnover that'll just change the momentum of the game at any moment. And I feel like we need that this year. We have to see that from our guys this year because along with the run game and being physical on offense, it's just turning people over on defense has kind of been our brand of football. Scoring points on defense has been our brand of football for a long time and being really good at it. And so hopefully with you telling me that we have this loaded secondary, man, we can get back to that. And I have faith in Kane's defense. It was interesting to watch it develop last year, man. You can see just when the light bulb started clicking for guys started moving around even faster, especially in the back half of that season. Um, and so I just want to see Kane and that defense take that next step this year. And that's for the team as a whole. We got to take that next step. We went through our grace period the first year. We got some stuff cleaned up. We done brought some guys in that kind of fits the system better for our coaching staff. And so I want to see our guys put it all together this year, man.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was interesting that Kane Womack talking about um, basically talking about the best balance when it comes to players and the best group on the field type stuff.
Right.
And he brought up that Ohio State played 17 games, and he's like, hey, that's like an NFL season. And the reason I'm saying that is it's a long season. I mean, just
It
because you're not
is.
the guy starting at the beginning of the year doesn't mean that you're not going to be needed at the middle or the end of the season. There's plenty of games and opportunities to make a difference.
Absolutely, man. Because when you're talking 17 games in a season that long, you want to make a run, you got to have depth. Like depth becomes even more invaluable than it ever has before. Because let's be honest, we're not gonna make it through a whole season without injuries.
Mhm.
It's not gonna happen, especially the brand of football that we play in the SEC. I mean, the brand of football in college in general, man, they get after guys. It's hard hitting. We looking for the contact, and the guys moving as fast as they are is like a car crash every time they make a tackle, right?
Yeah.
Man,
It's crazy.
and so yeah, and so it's gonna happen. Injuries are gonna happen. And so the young guys that's twos and threes, I hope they understand that when you're not on the field, take those mental reps, man, because you never know when it's gonna be your chance to step in and having to execute at the same level as the guy before you. There shouldn't be any drop off, you know? And
Yeah.
so as long as we have the depth and we continue to improve defensively and as a team as a whole, man, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
That's going to be a really fun season getting to watch the games and get your assessment. Are you planning on watching Alabama football with
Come
a
on,
little more
man.
focus this year?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely watching. I'm locked in. I plan on stealing a few plays. You know what I'm saying? See some stuff that I like. I'm gonna take it. But I'm definitely locked in. I feel like I'm locked in more this year than I have been the past couple years. Just because the expectations are high this year, man. You know,
Mhm.
this isn't the first year honeymoon phase anymore. You know, I'm done comparing DeBoer to Saban. I just want to see him at his best. I want to see our team at our best. And so the expectations are absolutely high. Um, and I just want to see us put it together, Mick, man.
Mhm.
I feel like we never played a complete game last year. The
Yeah.
closest thing to it, I would say, was the LSU game. And lo and behold, we ran the ball most of that game, right? And so
Yeah.
when we can run the ball and control time of possession and keep our defense off the field, we're a damn hard team to beat. And that's just basic football, right? That's its truest time. The team that
Yeah.
controls the ball, controls the clock, they're usually a better team. And so I want to see a little more of that this year, and I want to see some complete games, man. I don't want to see anything like we did against Georgia where we jumped out quick and just looked like a totally different team in the second half of that game, right? And so I'm looking for 4 quarters of football, Mick. I want to see them holding them fours up proud at the end because we know for a fact we're gonna win fourth quarter. And man, I want to see 4 quarters of total football.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I want is the consistency to get back again. And I think that's kind of what you're
Absolutely.
saying too. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like even Saban's last year or two that it wasn't
Yeah.
the consistency that we had grown accustomed to, and to be a champion, you got to be consistent. And I think Alabama, I don't want to say they're a dark horse to win the title. I mean, it is Alabama, but I think that if they came together and did the things that they're capable of doing, that they could really compete and win the national championship. But it's going to take that consistency. Everyone's saying the right thing.
Right.
Having Having Ryan Grubb there, it definitely gives you that element that you didn't have last year, kind of that
Right.
edgy type of guy. Um, and then you go out there and if these guys are able to move the ball effectively, which I'm sure they'll be able to, right? It's just going to be different. I mean, you don't have Jalen Milroe's legs to fall back on, so which is good and bad, right?
Hey
But
man, that was a double-edged sword for me, man, because I
yeah,
feel like I just feel like the game plan was lazy sometimes because we
mhm,
had Jalen Milroe. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So I think without having that, man, we can get back to some true football. We can put the ball in the hands of the running back and let them do their thing. And when it's Ty's turn, we can get some play action going. And man, we can run a true offense now. And that's nothing against Jalen Milroe. I just think he was so athletic and so skilled at what he did. You had to try to work around him, right?
right.
You had to try to run the offense through him. And it just didn't work to our benefit last year, but no knock to it. But I definitely think we'll be more versatile offensively this year and be able to open up the playbook a little more, especially with those outside guys. And I'm excited to see that, man. I hope we run some more jet sweep with Ryan Williams, though.
that's
Like,
that's what you're looking for.
yeah, man, we got to find a way to get him the ball without it all being deep shots. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
right.
saying? Because like the
Mhm.
kid is just he's an athletic freak as well. Like he gets the ball in his hands and he makes things happen every time. But we got to figure out a way to get it in his hands without it being a 40, 60 yard bomb every time, right?
Right,
And
right.
so
Yeah.
a little orbit motion, jet sweep action, man, and get him the ball quick, get some guys out on the perimeter blocking. But that's just me though. I also been playing too much college football, so
Is he good on the game?
oh man, I don't even play with him. I don't even play with him. I don't play with Bama. So I built Memphis is my dynasty team. I chose Memphis, man. That's my dynasty team.
Out of nowhere, the Tigers.
Yeah, yeah, man. It was just like, why would I pick Bama? Bama's gonna be good regardless.
Yeah.
You know. I don't want to take the easy way out. I built Memphis from the ground up, dog.
Yeah. Well, let's get back at. Let's do this again tomorrow. Oh, you got a game tomorrow. Maybe this
It's
weekend.
game day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be
But
great. Well, good luck to you guys. And then we'll talk Alabama football here on the channel with Shank. You guys get in the comments section. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Be a part of what we're doing. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort over there in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Was there yesterday with Coker shooting the commercial. He's the new face of Pearl River. So that's going to be a lot of fun. He's a good actor, man. Like, I was impressed.
they got to open a deep ball Coker lounge or something, man. You know what I'm saying? They got to get my boy a spot in there where they just run down Jake Coker highlights on the monitors.
Hey, that's a great name for a podcast. Deep ball Coker lounge. Hey guys, thanks for being on here. And again, Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi. The sports book's open right now. Bama's a 13.5-point favorite against Florida State. They got you covered with the kiosks. They've got the window. In there's a bar, full-size bar, 20 big screen TVs. I watched the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight 1 in there. It's just a great atmosphere for sports. So, roll Tide, everybody.
Roll.